All right, guys and gals, this is Northman, and we are back with some more Tarkov. This time around, this is oriented toward you new players, and I already examined this, but what you're going to want to do right off the bat, examine everything. It'll get you really close to getting to level 2 or 3 even. So if you just go through the traders, you can middle mouse click, and it will speed do it, or you can right click and hit examine. Inspect pulls it up, and then you'll get all the information. So that's one trick that you can do really quick. The other thing, for first loadouts, so I'm running EOD, so I have a ton of gear. I moved all this down. I put all my backpacks inside each other, so that way I save on storage. First thing I like to do is come in and buy a Esmark and a bandage. Depending on your kit, you may need to buy additional stuff. I'm not entirely sure what all alpha comes with. I don't remember off the top of my head anymore. But if you're running alpha, you may already have AI2s and Esmarks. It's a good idea to grab those. Next is for your first gun. So I like to come over to Skier here, and you got these two AKs. So the AK right here, this is semi-auto Vepr KM. This is really good. First gun to use. Between this and the SKS, are both good options, and what I'm doing here is just examining real quick to make sure I have all the stuff I need. These are aluminum 10-rounder mags. These are 2-slot, so it's not ideal with these, but this is a good first weapon anyways. The other option would be to go to the SKS, which I'll show you in a second. But while we're here, I like to run these M32s right off the bat. They're a really good option. Now going into our first kit, a little bit further. So you have this SKS right here. So price point, this is around 33,000 and this is around 22,000. So this is a little bit cheaper. However, you don't have reloadable mags. You only have the internal mag to start with this guy. You can't side mount optics on either of these, but in here, Prepper does have those magazines you need for this guy. So I am going to grab 2 of those. And he should also have the ammo. It should be this one right here, this PS ammo. So I'm going to buy 120 rounds of this PS ammo. It's about 10K. So right now, overall, what I've spent is about 91 rubles. Here, let's do some quick math. So 10K for ammo. 2 mags was around, 3. 2 rounds, or 2 mags was about 4K. And then our meds and this, so this was another 10. Meds are pretty much, we'll call it 3,000 rubles. So overall, you know, we're still sitting under 100K for a kit, right around 80K actually. The next thing to grab, and you should already have rigs. I like to run this one right off the bat, the bank robber. It's good for meds and everything else we're doing. So it's another 10K. So now we're sitting around 80 to 90K, depending on setup. So I'm going to swap those off. Or sorry, when I said 80K, we were at 70. So now the big key is to load your mags. You can right click and hit reload on this, and then it'll actually put the magazine in your gun, and then you can move all this over. I like to have spare ammo in my rig or in my secure container, something to keep an eye out. So as far as setup on meds, you can see I have an AI2 already set up, and then that bandage and the Esmark that I bought, I'm putting those in, and I'm actually running those as my light bleed and my heavy bleed options, and then I'll run a splint, painkillers, and water in my gamma. So this is the setup I suggest for a alpha. When you have the smaller container, this is more appropriate. You only have 4 slots. Alternatively, if you don't want to run your water inside and you want to run spare ammo, put the water in your backpack. I like to do this. Now for any of you who've got EOD, this gets a little bit better, because what you can do is you can throw your PS ammo or your spare ammo in here, a splint, painkillers, and then come grab a car and throw that in there. One thing that's also good to do early on is a CMS. You'll notice I'm not rocking any armor. Early wipe, armor's hit or miss on whether or not it's going to be effective. Most of the time you're stopping shotguns or other stuff, but a lot of the times you're going to be fine without armor. Being able to run PS ammo right off the bat means if anyone else is running armor, you can pretty much slap through it. The only things that PS is going to really struggle with is people who run an AVS rig or a trooper, but you can still go for headshots and take them down that way. All right, so that's first setup. Hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll catch you in a raid or two. Oh, shit. I didn't even see that scav. All right, raid 2. We're throwing on a site, so you can get this and the site from Skier. So it's this guy. It's a little bit more pricey. You up your cost by about 20,000 rubles for this kit, but you gotta take the rear sight and the dust cover off, and then you can put it on. Okay, that's a scav down. See, this is why. That's gas. All right, that's a successful raid. Don't run away with the 3M. I want it. No joke, I just found a scav with both the 3M and the TAS.